Now for a story about fast cars and uphill campaigns. Major American companies have long advertised on the side of NASCAR stock cars, but now a Democratic congressman is giving it a shot in his uphill Senate race. Our man Fernando Suarez has the story from the Daytona 500.
It's the Super Bowl of the racing world. The Daytona 500. The biggest event in America's biggest spectator sport. Hundreds of thousands in the stands here in North Florida, seen by millions on TV nationwide. It's big business for NASCAR and its corporate sponsors. It's impossible to miss the advertisements.
It's a 200-mile-an-hour billboard that has 4 very visible locations. If you see it coming at you, you see it going by you, or you see it passing you, you're going to see what's on the side of that car.
NASCAR driver Mike Wallace has been racing for decades, and although he's not favored to win here, this year he's getting a whole lot of attention.
We're here as a tool, as a marketing tool, a marketing arm for that campaign.
The driver and candidate are an unlikely pair.
The excitement is building!
One, a lifelong member of NASCAR Nation. The other, a little-known Democratic congressman from South Florida, hoping to tap into a massive voter base.
How you doing? Kendrick Meek.
The only problem is, it's largely Republican.
Well, bottom line is, to be the next senator of the state of Florida, I have to garner not only independent votes, but Republican votes and Democratic votes.
Meek said he decided to sponsor Wallace's car in hopes of attracting attention. But his campaign was careful not to attract the wrong kind of attention. His Senate logo happens to leave off the fact that Meek is a Democrat.
Well, it's Kendrick Meek for Senate, and I think people are more interested in the man or the person that's running than the party.
And having support of Meek, the man, doesn't seem to bother Wallace either, even though most of his fans tend to steer to the right.
Well, I hope that it doesn't offend anybody. I hope that race fans and everybody that was watching understands this is just a business venture that our race team has to do to, support our needs.
Wallace needs cash, but Meek needs votes. He's the underdog in a statewide race, and with 3 out of 10 Floridians saying they've even heard of him, his chances of crossing that Senate finish line could easily be stalled.
U.S. Senate, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
In Florida, here.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's true, most people really don't know who Kendrick Meek is.
CBS News political analyst Mark Ambender says name recognition is just one of the potholes the Meek campaign faces in the road ahead.
People look at Kendrick Meek, typical Democrat from South Florida, tax and spender, liberal, budget. He has to convince them that he's something more than that.
I'm not afraid of taking chances. I've always done it, and it's benefited my constituents. I think people will see me as a candidate that I'm not, and nowhere, not a bone in my body wants to play anything safe.
Taking chances also has consequences. Meek's 200-mile-per-hour billboard was in an 8-car pileup Saturday. All that was left was this piece of rubble.
Survived quite a few wrecks out there today from the beginning, but I'm proud of them, and we were in it all the way 3/4 through the race. Part of the risk of racing, yeah.
And part of the risk of running. Fernando Suarez, CBS News, Daytona, Florida.